earth changes, messages from higher beings. These are the truth testaments, and all of them, all 42 of them, have been channeled since August 26, 2022, so in the last year. Today, they've asked me to give to you the truth testament number 33 on this channel. We would like to say thank you to everyone who is now consciously allowing themselves to be present with our messages. There are many more than when we began. It is a pleasure to know that you do not reject the truth of these messages and are not acting with fear. Fear is not a place to be when the world is about to change drastically for the better. When the energy of the extremes is over, then you will see the peace that you also wish for. Because you wish for this, you will see this in your lifetimes. It will take time to come about in a way that is permeating every space in your earth domain. The domain of the earth will remain the same. That is, it will allow you the same space that you have been used to in your lifetimes. What will occur is that the space will feel very different after the major cleansings have completed. It will feel much like you wish for, but better, for you have never lived within this domain and felt this peace before. When you experience something completely new, then it feels completely new. We know that this will please you and not be a problem in any way. As the cleansing comes about in a more direct way, you will be able to see that this is indeed what was required. We do not expect congratulations for these events, but we know that you are beginning to comprehend the real, true meaning of these events. It is all about energy. Energy is the one thing that cannot be eliminated, but it has become contaminated with the energies of past events, emotions, and programming. This programming occurs when these events are not put to rest in the correct way, where the events are not dismissed as being on the opposite spectrum of where you really want to be. There has been too much acceptance of events which should never occur. These events are when the power is personal and the anger is personal and not to do with the complete collective of humanity. Your separations always cause these events which now require us to make sure that the energy returns to its original source spectrum. We cannot complain because we too were part of some of the offences when we too had lifetimes on your earth domain. These were many, many moons ago, but still cause us to want to make sure that all energy goes back to its source supply blueprint. This blueprint is one of purity and fast-moving frequency. It will not be slowed down again or gain any of the encumbrances that it has been forced to hold within its force field. As time goes by, during the period of time still being able to be digitally experienced, you will feel, see, and experience fully what it is like to live in a force field of vibrational energy which does not contain any of the earthly encumbrances. We call them this because they are encumbrances for the force field to deal with. It is slowed down and does not vibrate so vibrantly. The times ahead are difficult ones, but not ones that need to be feared. If you are ready, you will just move moment by moment as needed for your own circumstances. You do not need to think about the circumstances of others because they also need to be moving one by one in their own time frames and dealing with everything that occurs to the best of their vibratory notes. When we say vibratory notes, we say this because one person makes a decision. Sometimes it is totally different for another person standing next to them. Your own vibratory notes are what matter to you and do not occur for another, only if you are their keeper or master. If you are a keeper, then you are responsible for that person because of their frailty of health or age, or because you are the chosen parent of a child. Another that does not fit this category is not your problem. It is their own vibratory note which must guide their decisions. You are all on your own, but must be in heart and mind as part of your human collective. Therefore, none of your decisions will go against the collective. This is the way that the collective will maintain its strength, and even more people will dive into the oneness, which is now so freely available for you. You affect each other through this oneness, not through trying to get others to follow your way or own your decisions too. You are complete in yourselves as those that follow the path of humanity oneness. This path is not steep or dangerous. It is one note, that of the highest frequency and mentality that you can achieve at this time. The collective will survive, and you will survive as part of it. This is not a time of being alone within the collective. It is time of being at one with the collective. It is a subtle difference, but one that is most important. Your energy is their energy, and their energy is the collective. It is truly one for all and all for one. It cannot be generated if you do not see all as your family. Everyone across your earth domain is part of your soul family. No one needs to be seen as different, as you all incarnated, knowing that at this time the family would come together. Some are still on the borderlines. Some are tipping over into the abyss. Others are now waking up, and their understanding is growing every day with the higher frequencies available now on this plane. So there will be changes, but not any that need to be feared. We cannot always warn you of exact happenings, but we can say that as long as your frequency is your highest, then you will be able to walk these uncharted waters safely and not be in fear of not surviving even the biggest changes to the Earth's surface. There are many earthquakes occurring across the whole of the Earth domain, but not many of these will rise enough to be a problem. There will be one large fracture which has to occur in order to disperse the energies which have built up around and under all of the tectonic plates. This will occur around the end of this month ahead of you now. It is the June solstice which will usher in the rejoicing and the more celebratory energies. During the end of May release, you will see much action that grows from this event. It will be more worldly in its aspects and not so much regional. This is the beginning of the collective and will be the beginning of the new times upon your earth domain. This comes about because of the struggle of those who will be around the energy points that will release. It is borderline that it will be just one country. There will be more than one country involved in this release. The edges of old energy lines diverge together at certain points, and this is where the explosive energy release will occur. It is not our place to say exactly where this is, because there are many unknown factors which could change this destination over and over again. It will be what it is. It cannot be smaller. It needs to be a release that will send out the obsolete energy forces and bring in the new. Without this, you have a revolving scenario across your world which will carry on and on. There are no they or others that cause these affrays on your planet, but there are energies which support these thoughts and behaviours. When the energies are cleansed, then there will be no war, no afflictions of power misuse, because it is not possible on a higher frequency. It will be as if everyone is affected by a love potion, one of a kind which does not run out, does not dissipate. It is just a new way of being. On your earth domain are souls who want brotherhood, who desire to be at one. Thank you for listening.